everyone, this is Durst Dreamer here. Alex is my name, you can call me that. I'm here today to do a male cosplay makeup tutorial since I had a few people request it. Just a few disclaimers before I start this. First off, this is going to be a general, really generic male cosplay makeup tutorial. Now, anytime you do cosplay makeup, it's really character specific, so that's something you want to consider when you're thinking about your makeup, is the character and what you need to do for the character. If you want to cosplay a character that's older, has like more facial hair, stuff like that, you'll probably want to look elsewhere for a tutorial since we're not really going to cover that. I mostly have experience cosplaying younger characters, so that's kind of what I'm going to talk about. Second thing, this tutorial is for both male, female, any gender really. I highly recommend anytime you cosplay, just wearing makeup in general. I don't care who you are, because I guarantee you when you get pictures back from shoots, just even hallway shots, it'll end up looking 10 times better. And apologies in advance because I like to ramble, so it's gonna be a lot of rambling. Third point, you'll notice really quickly that I use a lot of less expensive makeup, more makeup you find at like drugstores. I know lots of people are like really big makeup buffs and they swear by certain products and brands. I just kind of use what I found works best for me over the years. Most of it is drugstore makeup, which I find if you're careful about it, lots of it will work just as well. This is going to be less about what to use in terms of brand, more about what to do in terms of technique. So I'm going to tell you what you need, and then I'll tell you what I use, but from there you want to make your own decisions on brand and stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to say that off the bat so there's no confusion, because I think sometimes there's a myth that you need to have like really expensive makeup to look good, and you don't, in my personal opinion. Anyway, I just got home from work, so I'm going to go wash off my work makeup, and you guys are going to see me makeupless, which is just going to be really attractive. So, anyway, I'll be right back, and then we can get this started. Hi guys! Okay, apologies, we had to change location. My genius self realized that I need a mirror to do this, so we're in my bathroom. And as I do this tutorial, I'm also going to talk about a few other just general crossplay tips. I get a lot of questions on it, and I just want to help out everyone that may have questions. Before you start, I throw in my binder, which is right here, because anytime you crossplay, you need a binder if you have any sort of chest as a female. This one I got from underworks.com. I've also gotten really great ones on Taobao. I definitely recommend getting a professional binder as opposed to using an ace bandage or something like that. I mean, they're only 20 to 30 bucks. It's worth the investment, believe me. Second, I am going to put my hair up in a wig cap. Normally when I cosplay and I'm at a convention, because I have long hair, I'll break it into 3 sections, and then I'll braid each individual section, and then I'll kind of wrap them around the back of my head and put up so they fit underneath my wig cap. Today I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna throw them in a ponytail here. Wig caps you can get at your local drugstore, CVS. They're really important if you're going to be wearing wigs. They make a huge difference, so definitely invest in wig caps. They're not that expensive. And honestly, I have really curly, thick hair, so normally I actually wear 2 wig caps. And if you're having problems fitting your wigs underneath your wig caps, you can wear 2. It really does help a lot, actually. Okay, I have a wig cap. I look really attractive without makeup and a wig cap on, so you guys better appreciate this. Next step is contacts. If you are cosplaying, I recommend not getting a contact that has enlargement to it. So like circle lenses will have enlarging property, but like they enlarge your eyes basically. Those will make you look younger, but they also kind of make you look more feminine which is not really what we're going for unless you're cosplaying a younger character. The lenses I'm putting in today are blue circle lenses, but they don't have any enlargement. These are from Kiwi Berry Collection 1. If you Google that, it'll show up. They are a great place for circle lenses. Once again, that's Kiwi Berry Collection 1. And for all my like really weird lenses, like for instance when I do mesh lenses or like bright red or yellow, whatever, I go to youknowit.com. That's also a good place. They don't have circle lenses, but they have more like theatrical lenses. So Kiwi Berry Collection and youknowit.com. And if your lens hurts at all, you can move it around a little bit. And that usually helps get me debris that are underneath it out of the way and a lot less painful. It usually takes me at least 10 minutes before my contacts start to sit right in my eyes. So as you can see, maybe you can't, the difference here between the two. Make sure to keep your contacts clean. I try to change my solution every 2 weeks. It's really important. You don't want to have nasty solution and nasty contacts, especially since they're going in your eyes. And your eyes are how you see things. It takes a lot of practice to learn how to get contacts in, so you know, definitely if it's your first time using contacts for cosplay, practice. I've had a few friends at cons just pull out their contacts, never tried them on before, and they try to do it, and that's kind of hard. So now I have my contacts in, I have my wig cap on, I am ready to start my makeup. But I'm not actually ready to start my makeup because I have to prime my face. There are lots of different kind of primers out there. I had someone turn me onto this, which isn't technically a primer, but it has the same ingredients as primer, and it is amazing. I absolutely recommend it, and it's so cheap compared to what primer normally costs. It's Monostat Chafing Relief Powder Gel. It really makes a huge difference how smoothly your makeup goes on. So you just put a little bit on your fingers and then apply all over your face. And it's weird because this stuff is a gel, but when you start putting it on your face, it sort of kind of turns into this like powdery substance. Okay, so we are now primed. And also I'll mention, lots of people use brushes or swabs or whatever to put on foundation. I just use my hands because it's what I've been doing my whole entire time I've been wearing makeup. I haven't had a problem with it as long as you wash your hands between each touching of your face. So I washed my hands before I started this, and I'm going to wash them now. Okay, now it's time for foundation. I've been using this stuff for a long time. I'm a pretty big fan of it. It works pretty well. It's L'Oreal True Match blendable makeup. It's oil-free. This shade is Classic Ivory because I'm pale as a ghost. Everyone has different skin, so some foundations is going to be oily on people's skin, some foundations is going to just be too like dry and cakey. So definitely try different foundations and see what works best for you. Okay, now we have foundation. I'm sorry, I hope the lighting in here isn't awful, but it's kind of what we got. So, okay, so let's just kind of get a shot of this so far, if I can focus correctly. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We've been primed and we have foundation, so it's just a very clear palette on the face. Now you're going to want to powder your face. I'm a big fan of this. It's just CoverGirl loose powder, really simple. I'm just going to put a little bit in the lid with this brush here and powder. If your foundation is all off from your skin tones, make sure to blend it into your neck really well. And also I should mention, if you have blemishes or acne problems, you want to cover those up with concealer before foundation. I normally don't need to do that, so apologies, I forgot to mention it. But if you use concealer, do it before you do the foundation. And as you can see, I like to get it all over my shirt. And that's why usually when I cosplay, unless it's a really weird outfit, I usually wear a different shirt when I do my makeup just because I get it all over my shirt. So now that we're powdered, I like to do all the preparatory work usually before I start doing any of the extra stuff. This is an optional step. It's something that I do because I had a lot of problems with makeup like running on my eyes with my eyeliner. It's probably just the kind of eyeliner I use, but anyway, I use eyelid primer on my eyes. This is something you normally only use when you're cosplaying a female because it holds the eyeshadow in place and everything. I use it because I put a tiny little bit of eyeliner in my eyes, and actually it has really helped it stay. So I'm just going to use some eyelid primer on my eyes. Okay, this is just some eyelid primer I got at a drugstore at a convention actually because I ran out of my one. It's Palladio. Really, I've used a lot of different kinds and they all work, but if I was cosplaying a female, I would cover my entire top of my eyelid and the bottom with this, but I'm just going to do the very rim of my eye. Usually eyelid primer is brighter than the foundation, so it can help brighten up your eyes a bit sometimes. Alright, now we're going to start the process of contouring. For contouring, you can get a contouring palette. Really, all you need is a darker shade of brown and a lighter shade of like white, or I had this really yellowy tinge thing once that worked really well, depending on your skin tone obviously. I usually use this darker color that I have, and it's matte. Make sure that whatever you use to contour with is matte. You can use different kinds of bronzer to contour. Also, anytime you're a cosplayer, it's good to invest in one of these, which is an eyeshadow palette. And eyeshadow palettes are great for lots of different things. If you get one that's matte, you can use the browns in these for contouring. It's also good for different characters with different hair colors. You need to do your eyebrows that color, and that's what you need this for. So if you are a cosplayer, invest in one of these. I cannot exaggerate it enough. Now, when I contour, I don't do it very dramatically because, like I said before, I cosplay a lot of really young characters, so they don't really need like major contouring. I'm going to give you the basic idea of contouring. Like I said before, it's really character specific. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to contour is boys have really strong jawlines, and girls do not. So you want to shade on your jawline. I'm going to show you from here all the way around to here, as well as here all the way around to here. So and make sure that you blend it into your neck. Usually when I cosplay, I'll do all my contouring and then I'll go back with the powder and kind of touch up and re-blend everything. So just make sure you get a really clean, crisp line. It makes you look like you have a strong jaw. Now that we've done that, I don't know how well you can see in this light, but that's that. The next thing you want to do is when you are cosplaying female, you put blush on the top of your cheekbones. Males have a more square face, so you want to square out your cheek line. The general shape you're looking for is you want to come down, you suck in your cheeks, you want to go from here to here, and then some people will also blend down here, so it's kind of like a cutout right here. But I usually just do from here to here, and then it's slightly downwards, but you want to make sure you get that general shape. Up your cheeks. Probably just exaggerated a little bit for you guys so you can see for today's purposes. Alright, then we're going to blend it downward. Alright, do the other side. And some people will use a thinner brush to lay out the contouring lines and then kind of blend it with the bigger one. This has worked for me, so it's kind of what I do. Like I said, I don't do really defined contouring usually. Okay, and like I said, I'm kind of over dramatizing this a little bit just so you guys can see. Maybe a little too much, but like I said, I'll go back later and kind of lighten that up with the powder a little bit. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to do your temples here and here. Bring that down slightly to touch your eyebrow. Like that. And then a little bit. And on the other side. I'm pretty sure the lighting's awful, so I'm just gonna... So your temples right here. And here. You want to do... Okay, now, males typically have thinner, more pointed noses in anime, as opposed to rounded ones, so you want to shape your nose, and this is going to have a lot to do with your own nose shape, so keep that in mind. But if you bring from here and down and just shape either side of your nose, easy to kind of go overboard with this one, so be careful. Okay, so now we have both sides of the nose done. I usually just brush a bit on my forehead so it doesn't look too empty up there. Kind of bring in the shadows a little bit. Some people will put some on their chin here just because some guys have a stronger chin. So really, like I said, it's going to be your face. You have to see what works for your face. But that's kind of that. So now we're going to do a bit of highlighting. I don't do too much highlighting because when I start highlighting my face, I just think I like to start looking feminine again. And for this, I'm going to use a little bit of a smaller brush. Once again, when you're a cosplayer, it's important to have lots of different makeup things as in brushes. So invest in some brushes. For the highlighting, I'm going to use just a matte white. And I'm going to do my nose from here to here, just to kind of add to the illusion of it being long and thin. I usually highlight my brows a little bit just so they stick out. But we're going to darken our brows later, so keep that in mind. Okay, and if there are any places that you think need additional highlighting, you can kind of do it up on your cheekbones a little bit if you want to do more of a contrast between the darkened parts and not. Okay, like I said, I usually don't do too much of that, but... And that is basic contouring. I'm going to blend it a little bit now, like I was saying, I usually blend it a little bit with powder afterwards. You just want it to look natural. I mean, obviously cosplay makeup doesn't always look super natural, but you just want to make sure in photographs it's not going to be like, ugh, like obvious lines between your contouring, because you don't want that. The next step is we are going to do our eyebrows. If you have a character with like blue eyebrows, for example, usually what I do is I put like a layer of concealer, a layer of powder, and then I darken my eyebrows in blue with, you know, the shade appropriate for your wig. If your character has blonde eyebrows, you do the same thing, but then you color them usually like a tan brown with hints of darker brown. Your eyebrows usually look 10 million times better if they are a darker shade than your wig. Today, since I'm going on Omegle later, I'm going to do my eyebrows black, since I'm be cosplaying John, or hence the reason I put in blue contacts. But I do my black eyebrows a little bit differently, so I figured that might be a good way to show you guys how to do eyebrows. What I usually do is I take a bit of mascara and I use this just to basically cover as a starting point for my eyebrows. This is just Maybelline Colossal Volume Express. This is what I use for all my female cosplays too. It's big and yellow and easy to see in drugstores. So, I always pluck my eyebrows for conventions and then refill them in when I cosplay boys. Boys do not have super thin eyebrows, and you want to keep that in mind when you're cosplaying. And if you are cosplaying younger characters, having thicker eyebrows will make you look younger. And that goes for male and female characters. Okay, so now that I've kind of filled out my eyebrows and darkened them with this, I'm going to fill them out even more. And here I have some matte black eyeshadow. This is just Tarte eyeshadow palette. Matte black eyeshadow, not very picky, but you need to use. Okay, and I'm going to fill in my eyebrows now. And I know girls are usually really peculiar about their eyebrows being thin, but when you're cosplaying, don't be scared to have thick eyebrows. I mean, you can see the difference between the two. And usually your eyebrows are going to look very peculiar until you put your wig on. My eyebrows are now black. And now we can get a shot of this. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little bit of eyeliner to my eyes, just because when you're at a convention and you're wearing a lot of foundation, sometimes your eyes will just get washed out. I usually like to put a little bit on my waterline or just on the very edges, because it really just makes them pop a little bit. And you can see it just kind of adds a little bit of interest to my eyes, so they're not just totally, you can see them basically. Another thing too, I don't really recommend wearing mascara when you cosplay, but if your eyelashes are just like totally covered with foundation, sometimes I'll just do like a quick swipe of mascara so they you know, show up and don't look like they don't exist. So I'm gonna go grab my wig and let's see how this goes. This is basically what I normally do for cosplay makeup. So I'm gonna put my wig and it'll look a lot make more sense. I don't know. Okay, we're back. So here we have my wig on. That is kind of basic crossplay makeup. Cosplay. I'm gonna try and get a shot here of the full thing. My crappy bathroom lighting. Yo, I figured I'd kind of show you guys the finished product here since I was getting into cosplay anyway. But this is kind of it. I mean, hopefully this makeup tutorial helped you guys out. I know it's hard when you're first, you know, learning makeup and there's a lot to learn. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to send me an ask at any time. I'm here to help. And I really hope that this tutorial was able to at least help out some of you today. So yeah, anyway, let's get a final makeup shot here. I mean, like I said before, and like I'm saying 20 times, I cosplay a lot of younger characters, so that's kind of what I do my makeup for. But definitely look at other tutorials, definitely, you know, see what's out there, because there's a lot. And I really hope that this tutorial helped you guys out today, and I have off camera work, so I'm going to stop. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye!